I've spoken to hundreds of NFT project founders, and there's one question that they all ask me. How do we market our project? In this video, I'll answer that question. It's a big question. How do you market an NFT project? The interesting part is that Web2 marketing techniques, the things that people know and trust and believe in, like paid marketing, those things don't work. If you come into the NFT space, you run Twitter ads, you run Facebook ads, you run Instagram ads, you will immediately be considered a scam project. They're a rug pull. Most people in the space won't want to touch that project with a 10-foot pole, which begs to question, if that's not how you market, how do you market? How do you find people interested in your project? You've got a great idea, you've got a great team, you've got great art, you've executed, you've built a great website. How do you get people to pay attention to your project? It's difficult. That's the truth, and the real answer is there's no shortcut, there's no easy way to do it, but there are some things that work, and there are things that don't work. Paid marketing does not work. Paying influencers to shill your project does not work. And the reason for that is that the influencers, the people who have 100,000 followers, 50,000 followers or more, that will take your money and promote the project, they're the ones that no one in the space is listening to. They're the ones that half the time, honestly, they'll take your money, they won't even do anything about it. And the other half of the time, they'll retweet once, they'll send a tweet, it'll have little to no impact, and your money will be wasted. And occasionally, actually, often it'll have a detrimental impact, where if all of a sudden your project is being marketed by the same people that are shilling 100 other projects that week, you just get grouped into these rug pull scams, low effort projects, and sort of you want to distance yourself from that. So don't pay an influencer, don't pay for ads. Instead, spend your time and money, hire multiple people if you have more resources, to be part of your marketing team, your social media team, your brand building team, and immerse yourselves in the community, in the culture. It takes months. It takes months to successfully market an NFT project. You have to be everywhere. You have to be well known. You have to earn people's trust. Yes, you can find success by skipping this step and by like catching lightning in a bottle. You put out a nice fancy video clip and all of a sudden it takes off and your project mints out. That is one option. It's not very reliable. You risk a lot on that particular thing not taking off. Your one big idea doesn't pan out, and all of a sudden you're 2 weeks away from mint and you haven't got much attention on your project. If you're going to mint in 6 months, you start marketing today, and you do that by building your own personal brand, building your network, connecting with people in the space, supporting others, helping others, so that when it comes to your mint day, they will support and help you and know your project. And you do that yourself. You do that as a founder. You ask everyone on your team to do some element of that. Some will obviously do more than others, and ideally you have people dedicated to running your social media accounts or to building up your brand awareness, and they're doing that by organically building up the profile of the project or your personal accounts, and by immersing themselves and integrating themselves in the space, and ideally having a great product and unique offering behind them to get people excited. It is really tough to get people excited. It's really tough to grab attention in the NFT space, especially now. We're in the depths of a really bad bear market. 90% of people have left. Prices are down 90% from all-time highs, often more than 90%. Engagement is down, sentiment is down. It's really difficult to get people excited about a project. Compare it to a year ago where a random project, like 50 projects would mint out a week. Now it's kind of like you have to earn it. You have to work 10 times harder to get 10% of the attention. And so in order to get all of the attention, you have to work 100 times harder. You just have to work harder. Like there's no two ways about it. You have to work harder than other people out there that are trying to vie for the same attention. It is competitive. It is, like, as much as we say that the NFT space is collaborative, which it is, and as much as people are here to help each other, which they are, and work together, which absolutely they will do, when it comes to launching an NFT project, you as a project founder, or if it is your project, you're effectively competing against every existing NFT project and every project that is launching that week, that day, and in the next week and the week after that. Because if you think about what makes a successful NFT launch, it's people minting, buying the NFTs. Who are going to buy the NFTs, and what are they going to use to buy the NFTs? Well, it'll be people in the space, and they'll be using ETH, liquidity, money, and making a decision to spend that money on your project and not another project, not an existing project, not keeping it in ETH because they think the price of ETH might go up, not selling it into USDC or some stable coin because the market is bad and they want to just sort of be conservative. It's really difficult to get people to part with their money, especially in this market. I've seen, like, literally in alpha groups in Discords, there are free mints and people are not minting them because they don't want to spend the 80 cents on gas or $1.50 on gas. It's just really, really difficult to get attention. Not impossible, difficult. So how do you do it? You do it, and I say this to all my clients and people I advise, and it's definitely a little bit facetious, but you spend 16 hours a day on Twitter, in Discord, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, in real life, wherever you're trying to reach an audience, talking to people, networking, doing the unscalable. I wrote an article that I think highlights a really good point. I didn't come up with the idea. I heard about it on My First Million podcast, and the concept comes from Paul Graham. Hopefully I'm remembering that right, from Y Combinator. It's this idea of when you're starting out and you're in the startup phase of a business, which, if we're being honest, most NFT projects are, one of the most powerful things you can do is do things that are not scalable. And that is spending an inordinate amount of time to win over one single customer, fan, collector, buyer, community member. And you might spend 2 hours having a conversation with one single person, but by the end of that 2 hours, you have hopefully, ideally, got a fan for life, or someone that believes in you, that trusts you, that believes in your vision, and is happy to join and support your project, and in an ideal world, tell their friends about it. You do that, a few hundred times. Yes, that's, 500 hours. You've got yourself a real solid base of supporters. This is organic growth. This is what organic growth and marketing looks like. It's a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, building things up, making connections, and getting awareness for you and your project, your brand, your idea. Now, I don't want to dismiss, let's call it the elephant in the room, where there are projects that come along, they don't do any of this, and they're extraordinarily successful. I would say this is down to a couple of things. One is just occasionally it's just right place, right time, lightning in a bottle. The other is that they have come up with an idea that is just pure genius that no one has really thought of before, or no one has executed to the extent that they have. And, a couple of ideas in recent history are Utes with their Ute list application form. It's not a brand new idea. I did an application form with the 333 Club a year ago. A lot of other projects have done application-based projects, but they really combined the application process with a social media blitz marketing campaign and captivated the entire space. It was brilliant. Goblin Town, several months ago, when the market was in the depths, like in the early stages of a big crash. So the bear market had settled in, and in a few weeks, there were memes flying all around about, hey, we're in Goblin Town. Goblin Town became a meme. They spun up a project in a week and had a good website and stayed in character and made it like a storytelling project. It was a free mint, and it just absolutely exploded. And they really stayed in character, and that, I think, helped tremendously. And they really played into the mystery side of things. There are other projects that have done similarly, but it's really difficult to come up with an idea that's so accurate in terms of product market fit and timing, and then being able to execute well on it. There's almost always an element of luck involved. And if you want to really plan and build a business and be successful, you want to try and eliminate as much luck as possible. And that brings us back to doing all the work, doing the unscalable, putting in the hours, boots on the ground, talking to people, building out your network. And that, to me, is how you market an NFT project. It's not glamorous. It's not easy. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. It takes understanding the space and the market and the culture and being part of the community. But it's tried and tested, and it's true. It really, really, really works. We've seen it time and time again. So hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with maybe how you think you should market a project, or what works and what doesn't. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.